Have you ever seen someone at the top of their craft doing what they do best? I was fortunate to have a look at that the other night, as I was in the building to see Stephen Curry score 56 points while knocking down 12 threes against the Orlando Magic. As someone who's been fortunate to attend my fair share of NBA games, I haven't seen many performances quite like this one. The Stephen Curry experience starts in warm-ups, where fans flock to the arena and you can feel the buzz in the crowd start to build as he begins making deep threes at a rate that's hard to comprehend. Though if you're in the building on a night Curry gets hot, like he was in Orlando against the Magic, that's just the beginning. There's no player who can catch fire quite like Curry, and with each three he makes, the crowd only gets louder and louder. In a game like this, even if your team is on the other end, it can be tough not to get lost in what you're watching. As a basketball fan first, seeing a performance like this in person is something I'll never forget. But it's also worth analyzing, as it's not every day you see an all time great have one of the best games of his career. So, with that said, I'm going to take a deeper dive into Curry's second half performance, where he scored 33 of his 56 points to lead the Warriors to a victory. The variety of ways Curry can beat you from three is what makes him so dangerous, and they were all on display in this game. The one that makes him incredibly dangerous is hitting threes coming off screens, given his ability to move without the ball. This possession starts with Jimmy Butler handling the ball and Curry is near the right corner as Quentin Post is prepared to set a screen. Though as Curry works towards the paint, Post pops out on the perimeter and Butler passes him the ball. He then hands it back off to Butler and you can see Steph in the restricted area. Though after that, Post heads towards the free throw line to set a down screen for Curry, who is now off and running, though there also appears to be some confusion among the Magic on who is guarding the screener. By the time Curry gets the ball, Kentavious Caldwell Pope is still working through the screen, Paolo Banchero doesn't have enough time to try and close out, and Curry gets to set his feet. So you can predict how this story ends, as Steph knocks down the triple. Another problem opponents can have facing a Curry flurry is not only can he get into these shots early in the shot clock, but he can swing the game by 6 points in a matter of seconds. Here, Steph brings the ball up and is around half court with around 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Though as he's crossing it, Gary Payton II is already in position to set a screen on Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Curry goes away from it and is now driving downhill one-on-one against KCP. But not so fast. Curry comes to a sudden stop and hits the behind-the-back crossover and creates some space. That's not a ton of space by normal standards, but things are a little different when you're the best shooter we've ever seen. KCP gets his hand up, but it's not enough as Steph hits the step back three. Not even 20 seconds later, the Magic turn it over, and right away you can see Curry calling for the ball. Once he has possession, it's essentially 2-on-2 here as Curry's running the floor with another sharpshooter and Buddy Hield. Steph passes him the ball, but as he does it, immediately starts running to relocate to the right corner. This is great anticipation on his part, as now both Magic defenders are on the ball, and Hield knows it. He kicks it out to Curry, and while Jet Howard tries to get back to contest, he's just a few seconds late as Curry's unfazed and knocks down his second three in 20 seconds. Steph also hit a mid-range jumper in this one, where he quickly got into his shot off a made basket. Curry here is matched up in isolation against Franz Wagner. Wagner is a very good defender, and for context, he's listed at 6'10 while Curry's listed at 6'2. Steph tries driving to his left initially, but Franz cuts it off. Curry resets and gets downhill with his right, though Wagner's on his hip. Steph now creates space by sidestepping to the right elbow, and despite the contest, knocks down the tough mid-range jumper. This is another element opponents face when Curry gets this hot, as it can get disheartening to see these shots fall no matter how well you play defensively. On this possession, Steph starts out in pick and roll with Quentin Post setting the screen. As Curry gets downhill, he passes it to the rookie rolling to the basket. While it appears Post might have a runway to get downhill, look at Curry again moving without the ball to relocate to the right wing. Caldwell Pope is just slightly late to react to Curry's relocation here. Though again, facing the best shooter in the world makes margins pretty tight. Post dishes it out to Curry, and you could see KCP close out and make an effort, but Steph had other ideas as he knocks down another three. Curry in this instance is getting picked up full court by Caldwell Pope, who does a nice job cutting off a potential drive to get downhill. As a result, Jimmy Butler works towards the ball to receive a handoff. However, the moment the ball leaves Curry's hands, he's running to create space and get it right back. Now that Steph has the ball, he's guarded by Franz Wagner as Butler set a screen to take KCP out of the play. Despite Franz being right there to contest and being over half a foot taller, there's only so much you can do when Curry is in this type of zone and he gets the ball in rhythm. Steph knocks down another triple, and if you want an idea of how tough that shot was, take a look at some of the players' reactions on the Warriors' bench. Here late in the shot clock, Steph uses the screen from Draymond Green to get the switch in some space before Quentin Post comes over to set a screen. Though it's a slip screen, and Curry passes the ball to the rookie rolling to the basket. Don't lose sight of Curry now, though. Post passes it to Brandon Pajemski, and as he puts the ball on the floor, Steph, now guarded by Paolo Banchero, relocates to the right wing. Pajemski gets downhill, but as he pivots, Curry notices this and adjusts to work towards the right slot and gets a step on Banchero. Paolo rushes to close out, but Steph waits for the flyby and takes one dribble to his right for what's now a wide open look. Even with the shot clock winding down, you already know how this one ends, as Curry knocks down his 12th three of the game. Seeing a shooting performance like this in person was incredible, but Curry knocking down threes in all the ways we've become accustomed to made it even better. Whether it was coming off of screens, shooting off the dribble, making them from half court, or getting clean looks moving without the ball, there's a little bit of everything. Steph's 56 points is tied for the second most by a player in a game that's 36 or older. Not only was the performance historic, but as a reminder to not take Curry for granted, as players of his caliber only come around ever so often. If you made it this far, thank you. And if you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to stay up to date on my basketball analysis throughout the 2024-25 season.